All right, learning target 7. We are asked to interpret the solution of a region of a system of inequalities in the context of a problem. So we're basically going to take those inequalities that we looked at in LT6 and we're going to bring them into the real world. What's a real life situation of how inequalities could be graphed and interpreted? So the situation we're going to look at is that there's a cereal company and they are giving away a $1,000 scholarship. Okay. They'll only give away $1,000 scholarships a month, regardless of how many boxes they sell. So they're going to start off with a $1,000 payout right away. They know they will lose $1,000 of profit in the month. Cereal is priced differently at various locations. The minimum it will be sold for is 0.47 cents, or is $0.47, and the maximum it'll be sold for is $1.10. Okay, we're asked to write a system of inequalities to model the expected profit of the company's different locations. Okay, so we know that Y is going to be greater than or equal to, the profit is always going to be greater than or equal to that minimum cost by each box. Okay, so if we are only making 47 cents for each box, then Y is going to be greater than that or equal to it. If we only make 47 cents, that'll be our profit equation. We could be greater than that. Okay, Y is going to be less than or equal to the maximum we can make for each box is $1.10. Okay, so do we understand those two equations? This is the minimum we'll make. This is the maximum we'll make per box. So depending on how many boxes sold, will fall somewhere in between those two values. For each of those inequalities, then, I'm going to take off that $1,000 representing the scholarship because we know they'll lose that money when they give away that scholarship. Okay, so that's our system of inequalities here. Okay, that's how we set up a system for a situation. Really good thing, if that didn't come easy to you, just to pick out the numbers. Okay, I have 0.47, I have $1,000, I have 1.10, and then really try to figure out what's my variables. My variables here, X are going to be the number of boxes sold, and then Y is going to be my profit here. So to think about those two things will help you formulate your inequalities. Okay, so we're asked to graph them and then answer the question, is it possible to sell 3,000 boxes and make a profit of $1,000? So I actually already have these two inequalities graphed. You can see I've changed. I have the red line represents our minimum profit. Okay, so if we sold 47 cents boxes, only sold the 47-cent boxes, we would run right along this line based on 1,000 boxes. So it would take us, looks like, a little less than 2,500, 2,300 maybe, to get to break even at that minimum sale. And then we get into a profitable margin here above that many boxes. Our maximum boxes, they break even a lot closer. So, and then the blue region is anything below that. The red region is anything above our red line. So this purple region is going to be everything in between. Okay, so the feasible region for this situation is going to be these two lines and everything in between, this purple region made from the red and blue shading. Okay, so the question was, is it possible to sell 3,000 boxes, which is right here, and make $1,000? Well, according to my graph, that point would be right here, and that point is in the feasible region. So yes, it is, and it's actually possible to make more than $1,000. We could have, looks like, almost up to $2,200 in profit if we sold 3,000 boxes. Okay, that's best case scenario. This looks like middle of the road, might happen. Good possibility that it would happen there. Again, any of this purple region could happen. So it is very possible that they could have negative sales. we look here that the feasible region goes into the negative profit margin. So they have to sell above this line somewhere in a combination of 47 cents or between $1.10 to get into that profitable margin there. Okay, so this is the feasible region. It'll help you to answer questions about real-world situations for class. I'm going to ask that you create or find a real-world context for a system of inequalities. You should come to class already knowing your variables, your solution, and the meaning of your solution. So you have to come up with a context. It could be similar to the one we did. You can search for one online. You can look for some in magazines. Yeah, anything that you can find dealing with inequalities.